Okay, so the purpose of this video is to show the before and after of a dreadlock after you do some dreadlock maintenance with a crochet hook. And this is a dreadlock extension before the crochet hook, and this is after. So let me try and get them together. You can see, and they were the same size to start, exactly the same size. So you can see it's a lot thinner and tighter, and you can feel the difference. The other one is puffy and it's very loose, and this other one is nice and tight. And I'm going to show you exactly how I did that. It's a little bit different than what most people do. Okay. So here what I'm going to do is, because this is a dreadlock extension, is I have to make this hair loose. Can you turn the TV off? I have to make these hairs loose here so that I can attach this to the dreadlock that's going to be on my head. Okay, so I'm going to start by doing this. This is going to take a while, so I'm going to edit and cut, so don't worry, you guys can do whatever you want. Coffee, don't play with that right now. Okay. That may be enough. I may need some more later, but I'll deal with that later. So now I have the dreadlock. And so a lot of people will take this and they just start going in and out. And that's fine. That's a way to do it. But for me, I like to start taking all these hairs like this. So I pull all the hairs to one side and I run it between my fingers till I get something that looks like this. So these are all the loose hairs here. And then I'm going to take my hook, go in through one side, and I'm going to wrap it around the hook, maybe 2 or 3 times, and then I'm going to pull it in, and then run it between my fingers. Flip it back over to whatever side is comfortable for you, and then I'm going to go in a little tiny bit lower, wrap it around the hook, and pull it in. Sometimes it won't go through. You got to go back in, wrap it again. This time it should. There we go. Same thing. Start pulling it. Taking your fingers and pulling the hairs to the other side. Run it between your fingers, and now you've got all these loose hairs. So then again, you go a little bit lower, put it below, and wrap it around and pull it in. Then we're going to do the same thing over and over till we go the length of the dreadlock. So remember, we're taking these hairs from this side, pulling them back to the other side.
Look. Look.
And then I'm going to take this hook a little bit lower, wrap it, and pull the hairs in. You want to pull the hairs through. Sometimes it'll get a little stuck. You can stick the needle through there and pull them through. So then we got that, and we want to start pulling hairs again.
What's this?
Run it between your fingers, catching more hairs. You're going a little bit lower. A little bit lower than where you had pulled it through. Get your hook, wrap it around, and pull through. And just keep pulling those hairs through. And there we go. thing. Go lower. Wrap. Pull. So now you'll start to see that this is cleaner than all this messy hair here. And we're going to do the same thing down the length of the entire lock.
I feel grieved when I see somebody leave. Seasons change and they fall like the leaves. No more holding on, they've let go of all belief. When I see them, I see me. Cause I wouldn't take the back seat, wouldn't let God drive. I was on my own feet, I'm a free man now. What you gon' say to me? Nothing at all, cause I've been through it all. I got pain within, you can't see the scars, no. I was bitter with some roots like timber, hard, cold like winter, mind divided like a splinter. So if I can prove that God doesn't exist, I don't have to fight my urge, I don't have to resist. I had something foreign in me like a cyst, I need it out. But the thoughts just persist, they don't go away. So I might as well go astray. In the world I went by heathen, that was my name. People called me that, I'm not playing. I thought the Bible was a joke, prophets blowing smoke. Yeah, I was snorting coke, trying to cope, puffing bud till I choke. Sipping on the liquor, the plot is getting thicker. So-called freedom only meant that I was getting sicker. Now here's the kicker, he came in like a flicker. He spoke like thunder, his voice is off the Richter. Not here to bicker, but you've got a broken transistor. I'm just trying to assist you, my brother or sister. Listen, I remember God trying to show me his word was true. Opened it up and was like, nah dude, so much death. You want me to believe this mess? Before believing this I choose death. Thought his story was a spoof, and if he was real he must be a brute. That was my excuse to avoid seeking truth. Flesh exposed had me following suit. Passions burn, got you covered in soup. You're in the furnace like a chimney chute. Started asking questions like what's the point of life? And what'll happen if I die tonight? Is that too cliche? Well, that's all that matters today. Once I realized there was more to life, I started to pray. But before we get there, I invoke demons, don't get scared. Beating on my chest like getting hair in front of a cemetery with no fear. Addicted to the thrill, lend an ear. He who has one, let him hear. Atheism, the silver method, transcendental meditation. I've been there, throwing curse words in the air. If he exists, why doesn't he appear? God is patient, he's so fair. Read from the Quran and thought, what is going on? Has a similar tune, but it's not the same song. I'll admit, I was going insane, playing with flames. False teachings were propane, igniting blasphemy in my brain. Even chanted in the temple, the same phrase, so simple. Nichiren, Buddhism, disciple. But what I heard one day made me go psycho. Speaking in Japanese, but what we said should've made me hit my knees. They were saying one of these, there is no God, there is no God. I had to stop, God have mercy, if you exist, show me. After a couple months, invited to church, I resisted much, thought Christians were out to lunch. One night a preacher prayed, sent angels in Jesus' name. Went home and said the same, called on his mighty name. Lord, come in this place, it's a disgrace, so much wickedness, rid me of this. The next day I woke up backwards in my bed. In his own voice, this is what he said: before I send you angels, I send you humans. When I say he spoke, I mean it. I asked for angels, he said you haven't seen them. I've sent you people, and you still not believing. But in my mercy, I give you what you are seeking.